welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the world is talking about. Good morning to everyone tuning in on Instagram saying, first, I'm here. Good morning. We love the first comments. Let's see who got first. Who actually, you know, because people say first.
Yeah, who actually got first?
Who actually got first? Is that Mike? Can you see? Who got first on yours?
I can't see.
Ghazal BBC got first.
Congratulations on being first.
Congratulations on your first moment. This is a show where we go
We
through
have
all of the
someone
top
from
stories.
England also.
What time? What time is it in England?
Is it 5 a.m.?
It's no 8. Oh, it is 5.
Oh. Are you up early or are you
Late home?
Yeah, late at home.
What day is it today? Thursday.
Are you up for work, Jackson?
5:30 is probably up for work.
Up
Fair
for work.
enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Come to Dubai, it's nice and sunny. And also, one of our malls, the OG Mall of the Emirates, 20 years in the making, has announced a 5 billion dirham transformation.
And Comic-Con returns to Abu Dhabi with star-powered and fan-driven energy.
Dubai Fountain to close for restoration only this weekend.
And the winner of the Lovin Dubai show story battles are here.
And later on in the show, you've seen his account on Instagram, Dubai comedian Shawn Chidiac talks his firsts, selling out Dubai Opera, and his perfect impressions.
And in today's rapid weather report, in Dubai, it's mostly sunny with temperatures ranging between 26 and 32 Celsius.
So, speaking of firsts, yesterday we had In-N-Out, which is this like American burger place. It's a burger joint. They did a pop-up about 5 years ago, but they announced the day before yesterday that they're going to do a pop-up yesterday.
And the way they do the announcement, like in a day, 2 days before.
Yeah.
No one is prepared. Imagine if this was on a
What
weekend.
preparation do you need? What do you
Go
mean?
early.
They did. They did. So it was opening, was it 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. until 3? That's what it said.
It was 11 a.m., yeah.
Until stocks last. So
Yeah.
opening until 11 until stocks
So it lasted for 10 hours.
Did it?
I mean, didn't
Ah, okay. So it lasted for longer.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good enough, because some people 7:30 a.m.
Oh.
7. That is, I love that
Dedication.
passion. That is dedication. That is commitment to a burger. And a burger, the mighty burger, you know.
Listen, they
so
really
humble.
do say that it's a really unique, it has a unique flavor, but I gotta say, like, their dedication and the determination to stand in line to have that burger, honestly, I have to give it to them. But personally, you wouldn't catch me dead standing in that queue.
Oh, wow, Massa. Oh, wow. What? You're not a burger person?
I am a burger person, but here in Dubai, we have a lot of burger joints that
But
are
this-
really good.
True, right. This is the thing. We're a burger city. I 100% agree with you. Like, Salt was homegrown here. The Maxi Burger. High Joint was also a homegrown burger. I think they rival the best burgers in the world. I love burgers. And because I love burgers, you would find me in that queue, except for the fact that I've already tried In-N-Out, because In-N-Out has that cult status in America. Every In-N-Out in America has big queues out the door. I went in San Francisco this summer.
Okay.
Packed. Because
Ooh.
it's got this favorite cult status. So if you love your burgers in Dubai and this famous burger joint is doing a one-day pop-up and you're a burger connoisseur, I get the queuing.
You know,
I
we
get
have
it.
someone from LA that's joined us in live. Do you think it's worth it or do you think it's not worth it?
Cat Car Plug is saying In-N-Out #1.
So it is worth it.
I don't think it is.
You don't think so? You tried it yourself. Is it
I
worth
know,
it?
that's what I
How does it
mean.
taste like? Like, describe it. What is it close to in terms of taste? Something here we have already in UAE.
So I think you've got like your fancy burgers and then you've got your fast food chain burgers. It's a fast food chain burgers.
Wendy's?
I
like
think
it
it's,
tastes Wendy's.
I don't know Wendy's. I would say like better than a Shake Shack. I would put it between like a Five Guys and a pickle. No, I can't. Because it's got that freshness about it, which is pretty stellar for a fast food joint. So it feels like a fresh, good burger. But I just prefer, like, I'm just a high joint girl. I love high joint so much. It just comes with this relish. Why is your face doing that?
I'm trying to understand, but
I will fight someone to the grave for high joints being the best burger. I love it so much.
Honestly, I'll be very honest. I tried high joint and it's really good. It's really good.
Especially fresh. When you get it fresh, it's just phenomenal. It's my favorite thing. It's just...
But from the amount of burger places and spots that we have here in Dubai, I can't have one favorite one. They're all really good.
True. True.
They're all really good.
Yeah, I agree. Even like I love a Shake Shack, love a pickle.
Yeah, pickle is so good.
Love a McDonald's.
Salt, so good.
Salt, better.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Nash burger, chicken burger, if you like chicken burgers.
I've never had that.
You have to have it. It's really good. In Jamaica.
Nash burger.
Nash burger.
Shake Shack
Shake
is
Shack.
good. The Block Dubai is asking what is your favourite burger in Dubai. Everyone has their opinions. It's a meaty topic, that is for sure. Anyone who went to In-N-Out yesterday, give us your feedback because you only know if you've been there.
True.
You only know.
You have the reviewers here back in our, behind us. They said it's worth it and they queued for a very long time.
Yeah, they were there since like 6 a.m. Fair play. They were at Ibn Battuta Mall, one of the much-loved malls in Dubai, but we have news about another much-loved mall in Dubai. Mall of the Emirates is getting a 5 billion dirham transformation. It's turning 20 years old this year, and instead of cake, it's getting, like I said, a 5 billion dirham transformation, which is a huge number. So your favorite mall is adding 20,000 square meters. Where is it going to go? We're not quite sure. But within that, there'll be extra retail space, 100 new stores, fashion, lifestyle, luxury, and more.
And that's not all. They've already put 1.1 billion dirhams into upgrades that are in the works right now, like a luxury wellness club at the Kempinski Hotel, perfect if you're into spa days and recovery sessions. And in early 2025, a new cultural hub called New Covent Garden will open in collab with Dubai Performing Arts Academy. It's bringing a 600-seat theatre, rehearsal spaces, and a serious art school energy right into the mall.
Wow, remember that name, New Covent Garden, as a cultural epicenter of the city. It's also getting a brand new indoor-outdoor dining precinct. It will be Mall of the Emirates' first ever outdoor food and beverage courtyard. So it'll also be like a green oasis. So during winter, you can basically, in the mall, go outside and have picnic vibes in the middle of your shopping trip.
Oh my God, how cool!
Yeah, how cool. Exactly. And they're also upgrading things like parking. They're making it barrierless, so you'll have a smoother entry and exit. Mall of the Emirates, one of my favourite malls in Dubai.
I love Mall of the Emirates.
I love Mall of the Emirates.
It has everything in the luxury shops, the normal shops, like the fast fashion shops. It has everything.
And it's so stunning.
It's really nice. And the idea that, by the way, it's a really good idea to have that theatre academy here in Mall of the Emirates because it kind of looks like an opera hall if you think about it, like the center.
Yeah.
Look at the windows.
And it's surrounded by some great F&B already. So you can have your like
snack,
dinner and drinks,
yeah.
cultural event, skiing.
Skiing.
You know, my favorite thing around Christmas is going into Cheesecake Factory and sitting in there having like a big cake and like a warm, they do this like hot apple drink, and then watching the skiing. So you feel like you're in a...
so cozy.
Yeah, so nice.
Oh, I used to drink hot chocolate next to that cafe, next to the Ski Dubai.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know why, it just makes me feel like I'm somewhere else in another part of
It's a vibe, especially around Christmas. They always make it so lovely.
Yeah.
The comments are giving. People are loving this exciting news. Just that
It's
Mall of the
exciting.
Emirates is just favourite mall in Dubai.
We have a lot of new things that are happening this year. Nadal Shiba Mall, Mall of the Emirates. Look at us. We're getting new stuff every day. We never get bored here in Dubai.
Speaking of never getting bored, big things coming to Abu Dhabi very soon.
So Comic-Con returns to Abu Dhabi with star-powered and fan-driven energy. So Middle East Film and Comic-Con Festival returns to Abu Dhabi for its 13th edition from April 18th to 20th, 2025. At APNIC, Lovin Dubai is a proud media partner for this event, as this region's biggest pop culture celebration, MEFCC, attracts over 38,000 fans, bringing together an exciting mix of film, TV, sci-fi, anime, manga, comics, and gaming.
This year's celebrity lineup features, wait for it, Andrew Garfield himself is coming, along with Charlie Cox and Grant Gustin, with more names to come. Fans can also meet legendary voice actors like Kentaro Ito, that's Renji from Bleach, and Colleen O'Shaughnessy, who is Tails from Sonic. So expect appearances from stars of Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and also top anime series.
And attendees can enjoy autograph signings, photo sessions, and exclusive 30-minute meetup and greets for VIP pass holders. The Comic Creators Club will spotlight globally renowned artists such as Adam Hughes and Hyuk Lee and Mika Andolfo, perfect for fans eager to connect with the minds behind their favorite characters.
Cosplay remains, of course, a major attraction at this event, so there will be competitions, there will be cash prizes, and a chance to qualify for the World Cosplay Summit in Japan. There's also going to be lively parades, community meetups, and a dedicated cosplay central area.
Fans can also experience immersive gaming tournaments, exclusive merchandise, and interactive workshops, and screenings of upcoming content throughout the 3-day event.
If you're looking for something different, there's nowhere else you want to be. MEFCC 2025 is a jam-packed weekend of creativity, community, and fan-powered energy. And it's all happening April 18th to April 20th at the Abu Dhabi National Exhibition Centre. Get your tickets ASAP at mefcc.com. Add that to your calendar, and also add this weekend to your calendar, because we move into our next story. We've got some news.
Those are your last 2 days that you can watch the Dubai Fountain, because it will close only for restoration this weekend. So this Saturday, April 19th, marks the final chance to catch the iconic Dubai Fountain before it temporarily shuts down for a major restoration. So it's located in the Burj Khalifa at Dubai Mall. This world-famous water show will undergo a 5-month upgrade starting in May, with plans to reopen by October.
5-month upgrade. I can't wait to see what Emaar do down there. They're, of course, the developer. Behind the attraction, they announced the closure to implement advanced technology. They will enhance the choreography and upgrade the sound and lighting systems for a more immersive experience.
So spanning the length of 2 football fields and launching over 22,000 gallons of water up to 140 meters high, the Dubai Fountain has been must-see spectacle since its launch.
I've lived here for 10 years. I will argue that it is 100%, hands down, one of the greatest tourist attractions in the city. And not just tourists, also for residents. I'm looking forward to it. Evening shows at the moment, if you want to catch it before it closes for restoration, run every 30 minutes from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. with limited time afternoon shows also available, while the fountain takes a break to downtown Dubai's other attractions remain open to explore. I really mean that. Like, every time when someone comes to visit,
you always take them there.
It's like the first night you come in, we drive into downtown Dubai, we go to Time Out Market.
Yes. Take a boat into the water fountain.
No.
You never did that?
Well, I have, which is very nice. I've only done that once, by the way, and it's very good value. When I did it, I think I did it years ago. It was like 25 to 50 dirham, and you're in the fountains.
Yes, and you'll be lucky if it starts playing while you're on the boat. Best experience ever. I was lucky enough, I think that was 7 years ago. We were lucky, we were on the boat, my aunts were visiting. So of course it's a tourist attraction, so you take them to the water fountain.
Yeah.
And they started playing Skyfall. It was amazing.
Goosebumps for you.
It was amazing, best experience ever, and I've lived here my whole life.
Yeah, it's such a lovely thing.
And to experience it up close like that.
Would that be a nice place for a proposal?
Ooh. Okay.
What's on the mind, Casey? Proposal. Because, like, look, and also I feel like doing the boat on the fountains is such a lesser known thing.
Yeah.
But you can, in case you haven't explained it, that's the trick. You get a boat from a platform.
Yes, from the sides. I think they're on the sidelines.
And you get a little boat out, and it's really, it's quite an affordable attraction, I would say. I don't have the exact prices.
It's really nice, and they play different musics and songs every time, and every time it's a different show. So, we lived here for our whole life, but for some reason, every time it plays, I never look away. I'm always looking at the fountain. I'm like, wow.
I always take videos. I don't know why. Like, I never post them. I never look back at them. But I'm always like, oh, it's so nice. It's so nice.
It's so nice.
Anyway.
Skyfall is the best one.
So run, because it's closing, but it's restoration, and you know it's going to come back bigger and better than ever. Let's jump in to our next story. The winner of the Lovin Dubai story battles are here. So over 10,000 of you voted, and we have one winner. Lovin Dubai threw down the ultimate Instagram story battle. This time, we do this month on month. This time we were trying to find your opinion of the city's top TikToker, pitting the city's top creators against each other. We had 16 contestants, 4 rounds of voting, and we got to one winner. Congratulations to Twinkle Stanley. She has officially taken the crown as the top TikToker in Dubai, according to the Lovin Dubai audience.
No, I love her. She's the Dubai-based content queen known for her real talk on life, love, and everything in between. From social media issues to viral laughs, she's skyrocketed from 6.5K to over 390K followers in just 8 weeks. And since then, she's gone from strength to strength.
Everyone knows her name. A huge congratulations to Twinkle and a big shout out to everyone. Thank you so much for voting. So this was the viral video you can see beside us.
It was so funny.
That's the first video of her I remember, and she reshared it recently, and it's just she's scamming the scammers, but it's just so good.
It was so funny. She gave me she inspired me all to do next when I get a scam call.
The timing is so perfection.
the way the scammer got really annoyed and irritated. It should be the other way around.
It gives me life. It gives me like, I'm like, oh, someone find it, because they're so annoying, and they're scamming vulnerable people. And then for her to turn it around on them, I just loved it. So also we said shout out to everyone who voted. Also shout out to Mr. Baker for creating this beautiful cake here for Twinkle. Yeah, it's such it's in the office, and I could smell it. I'm like, oh, it just smells so good.
Mr. Baker is my childhood. I'll tell you that.
Really?
Mr. Baker, every time I get good grades, every time I was a good kid, my mom would take me to Mr. Baker. She knew I loved that place. No other place, just
I
Mr.
didn't know
Baker.
they were such an OG. What
So good. They had this mini, like really small rectangle mango cake.
Yeah.
And I'd have to get it every time. That was before the OG mango kunafa cake. That was back in my days.
Do they
10
still
years
have it?
ago. They still have it to this day. And every time I go, I order the same thing because it gives me that nostalgic feeling. Mr. Baker, my childhood.
My childhood was Ben and Jerry's.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just remember I was in like the absolute sulk. I had to go back. I went to boarding school, so I was like 11 or 12, and it was the Sunday I had to go back. It's like a 3-hour drive, and I was like, I'm not going back.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. And Mum, she went into town, which is like a 30-minute drive, and she brought me back a tub of Ben and Jerry's caramel choo-choo, and I just like bit into it, and then I was good.
And then you were good. You're easily bribed.
Yeah, I mean, a tub of caramel choo-choo Ben and Jerry's, that's all I needed in life. That's still all I need in life if anyone ever needs anything. Okay, it's 8:47. Whether you're on your way to work or you're not at work, you're queuing for some burgers or something. What a delightful life you do lead. It's time for our next guest. We're super excited to welcome Shawn Chidiac. He's going to talk his firsts, selling out Dubai Opera, and absolutely perfect impressions. He'll be with us very shortly. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. If you need a laugh, Shawn Chidiac is your man. He goes by the moniker My Parents Are Divorced Online. He's the guy behind those unbelievably accurate impression skits. He's taking the stage at Dubai Opera on May 2. He's already sold out, but here to tell us about the show and probably give you FOMO if you don't have tickets. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Sold out. Congratulations.
Yes. Also, I did not expect those lights to just...
But did you expect the show to sell out?
No. Honestly, like, alhamdulillah, it sold out, but like, I was like, okay, call Lovin Dubai, call this. I was trying to get everything to like get the promotion going. And then I had this like master plan of like, okay, I'll block these middle seats so these seats will be available. Because I realized that like for other comedians that I opened up for, they had some strategy that they did. And then the guys from the opera were like, look, just let it fly for 2-3 days and then we'll discuss like blocking out seats. And then by the third day, we sold like 80%. And then I had work in Abu Dhabi, came back. That was the 5th day and it was sold out. And I was like,
wow.
Okay.
How great.
A little imposter syndrome. It feels a little bit like surreal, but also like I'm like, oh my god, am I actually funny? Like, what am I gonna do?
No, but like you've been
honestly.
doing, you know, shows on the
For a long
circuit for a
time.
long time.
Yeah,
You've got 600, 700,000 followers on Instagram alone. What's the seat strategy? I've never heard of that
So
before.
the idea was that okay, most people want to buy the good tickets, right? They're like the front and center, you know.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, if I block those out and leave the wings open, people will first buy the wings so that you don't have those awkward empty seats. That was my idea. But then by the third day, the whole middle got full, and I was like, well, that's out the door now. We can't do anything about it. And then next thing I knew, when my team was like, oh, we sold out. And I'm a bit like, so I looked and I was like, there's like peppered tickets here and there, you know, like those solo seats. Like between every row, there was at least like 3 or 4.
Always.
So I counted like 50 seats. So I was like, we're not sold out. They're like, it's 1,882. There are like 30, 40, 50 seats left. It's sold out. I was like, it's sold out when it says sold out. And then, like, alhamdulillah, luckily we got to break it on the 5th day.
How do you sell out the peppered seats, right? Because are they not like
I
solo?
have no idea. In my eyes,
It's a
I was like, I'm
comedy
gonna
show, maybe.
compile them,
People
close
go
off the
on.
tickets, and then do them as like giveaways. But that was my idea. But then the day after, those got sold out. So, because I didn't think people want to come watch comedy alone in a theater. I get in like a lounge or a restaurant or a bar, like or a club. It's normal because it's like among 100 to 200 seats. But if you're in a theater and you go alone, which thank you, I'm not. thank you very much. But yeah, so I'm still surprised, honestly.
Can be a
it
bit
feels very
intimidating when
surreal.
else.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what can the audience expect from this show?
So standard, my comedy is like very focused around crowd work because I think the funnest thing to see in comedy is like watch it come to life, you know. And because I do like different impersonations, different accents, everyone's from a different place, right? So you get to like riff off that for a while. So there will be a big chunk of crowd work, but the majority of my comedy is split between crowd work and storytelling. And my storytelling involves the accents because they have to, you know, like. I have this story about when I go to the hospital, like, and just on the way to the hospital, like, you know, the paramedics, he was Filipino. When I got there was an Indian nurse, the doctor was Egyptian, the consultant was Sudanese, like, so like, there's already 5-6 different nationalities before you're getting treated. So there's a lot of storytelling that comes to it. And there's like a few, you know, fabricated stories that I create, like, I say, like, this is my assumption or this is what I would assume something looks like. So it's a mixture of all those things.
You know what's interesting is when you said the strategy for people buying tickets for comedy shows that they want to be at the front. I wouldn't. I'd want to be because I don't want to be. I don't want to be
You wanna be
called
like
out.
front center, yeah,
I want to be like
You'd be
far
surprised
away.
though. People like some people like I have. So when I do these smaller, so I have a company called Comedy Kitchen, which does like an open mic night every week of the month, English, and we basically run it where it's like the front row are called like the splash zone. Those are the most expensive tickets, and those sell out the first. And it's not super expensive. It's like 120, for example, but compared to like an 80 dirham ticket. Those aren't the prices, but just for example. And people fill up those seats first. And then they sit there and then like, don't pick on me, don't pick on me. And it's like, why would you sit there though? Like, it's called like, and I always used to say like, the splash zone is like, you know, when you go to a water park, they say this is the splash. I'm like, this is where you get splashed.
You're getting
So-
hit.
So don't get those seats unless you want to. So it's pretty funny, but you'd think that no one wants to be picked on, but everyone deep down wants a little bit of, everyone wants a little bit.
So you're performing live, of course. And how does it feel different from performing live and creating skits online?
Oh my God. You're like, okay, imagine you're doing comedy and you post a video, that's it. You can hide away from the world. But if you tell me a joke right now and I'm like this, it's very uncomfortable.
I'd say
It's
so.
very uncomfortable. And like also, you never know, like in your head, like let's say if you're not doing crowd work or something and you've written a joke and you've written it, you've tested it out, you've practiced it, then you go and present it because you're like, this is a fantastic idea, right? Everyone's gonna laugh. And then you say the joke and no one's laughing. It's an immediate reality check of like, you're not that funny.
Oh no.
So, and you get on stage and depending on your audience, let's say if you have a room of like 500 people, that's 1,000 eyeballs, you know?
Yeah.
That's 1,000 eyes on you, you know? I mean, minus if
God,
someone
you've
has
really
one.
thought about that.
Yes, and then everyone has "make me laugh" written on their forehead, you know. So it's very
High
intense, but that's what I love about it. It's an immediate check of your ability, as well as you see someone release their like. Everyone comes tense, you know. A lot of people come to the shows tense, but especially we do midweek shows. Like we had a show on Wednesday that we would do, which was a kind of like an improv night, and you'd see people who like walk in, they just finished work, you know, they're like they just drove through traffic. There's tension, but then you make them laugh, and you can, I swear to God, you can see their like their whole posture change, their face cracks, like especially like I don't know what it is about the Arab women in shows, but they sit like this every single time, and then I'm like, why are you angry? They're like, I'm not angry.
I feel
I'm
called
I'm so
out."
happy. I'm like, then tell your face. So I don't
I
know
feel
why.
like this all the time.
I'm telling you, it's Arabic.
Yeah, same. I'm like, this is how I interview people.
So they
I
sit
do
like
it.
this, like angry, like they look at you like dead in the eye, like, and I'm like, why are you upset? They're like, no, I'm so happy.
Guilty.
So there's so much happening at the same time. So it's a different world. You can't compare it, honestly.
But when we're chatting now, you seem to have, and as you should, an innate sense of confidence in what you do, which is amazing.
Thank you.
Was it always that way?
Absolutely not. It's still not that way now. Fake it till you make it. You know? And also, there's something I tend to avoid doing on stage, which is pointing, because, and it's not because don't be rude to point. It's because when you put your hand out, like people can notice if your hands are shaking, and especially because the spotlight, you're literally, imagine like all these, it's same scenario, and there's like 1,000 people. And if you move your finger and you hold it for too long, people can see you shake. So I get nervous all the time, like super nervous. And like in fact, the day before a show and the day of a show, like no one wants to speak to me because I'm in such a like a irritable mood, and I just like I'm like, don't talk to me, let me hide. So I can release like all that energy on stage.
I was the same. I was such a shaker. Like we would go on shoots and things, and my hand, even now probably, but like my hands would be like this. And I'm like, don't show it. And then people are like, your hands are shaky. I'm like, oh.
Don't say that. You don't have
The
to.
worst is when they say it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the worst is when you're like you catch your chin like wobble a little bit, or you get so. And the opera show is going to be the largest show that I've done on my own. Like I've the time before, was it last year January? I came here to promote the Omid Jalili show like ages ago, and I opened for him, and that was like 1,500 people. But that wasn't my show, and that was in the World Trade Center, which is like massive, you know, huge ceiling.
Yeah.
It's a conference hall. This is like very intimate, right? The whole thing is shaped around you. It's almost 2,000 seats. So this is like the biggest one for sure in the last like couple of years. And I started doing like comedy in like dingy bars, like in Dubai, like in 2017, literally. So it's a funny like transition. But
Bravo.
Yeah. Can I ask? We want to play a little game called First, but before we get there, we live in Dubai, which is
what? I thought this was Lovin Sharjah. Goodbye.
We live in this nice city, and
Yes.
what's unique about it is the diverse mix of nationalities. And I
Yes.
wonder, do you think there's obviously a lot of your comedy is based on impressions of nationalities, part of it?
90%.
90%. Do you think there's like a bit of a faith attached there, or what do you think your comedy would be if you didn't live here?
Oh yeah, my comedy would be very like westernized, you know, because right now it's very, people relate to it more in this region, and people from the west side of the world appreciate the talent of an accent, but they don't like go like, no one really gets the cafeteria man, or if I go like Assalamu alaikum, they're just like, what is he just saying peace people? Like they don't get it, but they appreciate the style of joke. So I have enough material that is more, let's say like Western friendly, but yeah, without the accents, I would feel like I'm losing a part of myself, because I lose the ability to bring you into my story. You know, if I tell you about this hospital story and you come, like I'm telling you the story, the visions that I give you, you're there with me, you know, and the accents make you feel like, yeah, that I know a doctor like that, you know. So without that, I feel like I lose a part of myself, but I still have enough comedy style like that I've watched from like the greats like Chappelle, Bernie Mac, Russell Peters. So like I picked up a lot of that, and so I still have that. And I did a crowd work special actually where I barely did any accents. The crowd work special is basically an hour and a half of you just talking to the audience, which I'm considering uploading soon. I just need to remove some unhalal bits, clean it for the internet, and then.
Where
I'll
was
go live.
that?
It was at the Nice Guy. So every Valentine's and every like 2 weeks after that, I do a show. So I have a Valentine's show called Valentine's Vendetta. I started it 2 years ago, and so there's like 1, 2, 3, and 4, because we did 2 shows this year. And then I also do a crowd work special every like couple of months, because it's fun, because you don't have to prepare, and you stay on as long as people let you stay on, because they're giving you information. You know, so if everyone's like reserved, they're like, all right, cool, you guys don't want it, we're out. But everyone loosens up, and everyone starts like, you would not believe the things people have said on stage, like in front of people, because I bring people on stage as well.
Go on.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Oh, I can't. Do you want to cancel the show?
This is the thing with lives. Should we play first?
Yes, let's do it first.
Let's do it.
Oh, okay. First job ever.
Ooh, actually, I can't really say it. I was working at an age where you're not really supposed to be working.
Child labor or something?
Pretty much child labor. But okay,
You
I
can
will say.
describe the task.
Yeah.
So
I
we can
will
let you
say-
know if you were being done over.
No, I will say the first job I had was I gave it to myself, and I would buy jawbreakers, like mini jawbreakers. They came in packs of 4s from Ibn Battuta, like back in the day, like because no one really used to live there. Like I was in Gardens Building 1, like early days. I used to buy them for a dirham 25 fils, and I used to sell them in my school for 5 dirhams.
Scammer.
And then I got suspended. No, it's business. I have to pay for my transport, you know. But that was my first job.
You got suspended?
Wow.
Yeah, I got suspended. And they called my mom. They're like, "Your son is selling." My mom's like, "Drugs?" And she's like, "They're like, no, candy." She's like, "I have more important things than my son selling candy." But my first official licensed job was working at a restaurant. I was helping like the wait staff, and also behind the kitchen sometimes. I like to chop up the vegetables. And then I think that was when I was on the Mohra app, you know, the Ministry of Health, Human Resources. That's that's what I was there.
First official.
First official.
So were you
job.
cutting the cucumber like this or like this?
Backwards like this?
Kendall Jenner vibes.
Yeah.
First paycheck. How much was it?
200 dirhams. Yeah. It was I wouldn't say modeling, but it was like a job that you had to just sit and pretend like you were reading a book. It was for like the Ministry of Education thing, like a really old campaign. And
Nice.
yeah, and then they paid me 200 for 9 hours.
What
Yeah.
age were you?
I was 18.
Do you still have the photos?
No, but they should be somewhere online for sure. But it's really weird. I'm wearing like a fedora and like a light. Who wears fedoras? But a light blue like button up and jeans and like white shoes. It's like horrible, and it was really awkward because I remember the girl that they had got to, like I was supposed to talk to. They're like, "Oh, we can't hear anything, so just talk," you know. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was so nervous. And her friend were practicing for an English test, and they were like asking each other like definition of onomatopoeia, and so I was like. Definition of onomatopoeia. She's like, I don't know. And it was so awkward. They're like, guys, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm quizzing her. They're like, why? I'm like, because I'm nervous. And I'm like dripping sweat. It was really uncomfortable. And then like after that, they asked me to stay back because my hands weren't casting shadows. So they're like, oh, we have another commercial, but we just need to pour like tea in a pot next to you, and you just put your hands on the table. And I was like, okay. They're like, it's an extra 150. And at the time, I was like, any money is good money. So that's why I ended up staying 9 hours. It was horrible.
Teenage angst. It passes, by the way. It
But I
passes.
don't have any memorabilia of that. I do have the first money I ever made from comedy, which was 2017, and I made 100 dirhams for winning a comedy competition. And it was my first night doing comedy. So that I have saved.
Amazing.
That I have like in a little box in my room. That's the only thing I have saved, yeah. The rest was all like under the table. The first paycheck I got was the 200. Other than that, the rest I was just like, hey, there's some tips for tonight. Just
Yeah, we all had those jobs.
Yeah.
Not here.
It's nice to look back at them though.
It is.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know why I just admitted this on live. I'm legal now, you know.
Relatable. Okay. First person who truly believed in you.
Both believed in me and didn't believe in me, my mom. She was very much like, she supported the idea of comedy since I was a kid. But she was always like, you can do it on the side, but you have to be doctor, lawyer, engineer, you know. And I remember like, I used to get called into the office so often that my mom was like, they all tell me you need to be a lawyer from how much you yap all the time. And then I remember eventually I actually did want to go into law. Then I met a lawyer and I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. And she's like, no, Habibi, you can do law and be comedian on the side, okay? I was like, who's going to take me seriously in any of those realms?
I won't get clients.
So I was like, imagine like this is my law attorney. He's like, he's also a comedian. So she believed in me, but also like was like, get a real job in the meantime. But she always like encouraged me to keep going forward.
So the flag was like here.
Yeah. It was both a red and a green flag like at all times. But yeah, bless her.
First celebrity crush.
Oof, I think Jennifer Aniston. I think. Oh, that's a lie. Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek.
Why or where? And what movie?
Salma Hayek.
anything?
There's a movie called Desperado. Old movie. It's with Antonio Banderas.
Sounds familiar.
And it's basically like he's this like desperado, you know, he's like this cool, like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but there was this scene where she's like, she runs like this bookstore, coffee shop thing, and she just had like this like big puffy curly hair, you know, the 90s look,
Yeah.
and I don't know, I still like, woo, okay. But yeah, Salma Hayek was like my first ever crush that I can remember, and then Jennifer Aniston because of Friends. But yeah, Salma Hayek for sure.
Salma Hayek has
Alright.
like, isn't she married to the LVMH like
so.
I think
CEO
so.
Bernard? Like she's been in some amazing kind of lesser famous shows recently. But she's just a boss. Like she's always a boss.
But she's
so
also
cool.
like a great person as well. Like I mean, not that I know her. She might be a horrible person, but I've heard great things about her from people who have met her, from people who've worked with her. They all say she's very sweet, and she's always taken time to like meet people as big as she's become. you know?
Good taste from an early age.
Yes,
Probably.
yes.
Yeah.
First ever weird DM you got.
We can't say that one. I'm telling you, like that one. I'll just give you the outline of it.
Right.
It was a picture of something that you don't want to be receiving, especially as a guy. Let's just say. I'm not gonna say anything, but
Would you get a lot of weird DMs?
a lot of weird DMs. I stopped checking. I very vaguely run through like quick ones just to see like work stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, I leave it to my manager. I'm like, hey, just
Check the DM.
just check if there's anything there.
What a shame.
Yeah, because I mean, I do check once in a while just to see, like, because some people send some really, like, a lot of people have sent me some heartfelt messages, like, a lot of people who have gone through, like, there's someone who went through, like, a chemo treatment, they're like, yo, when I get my chemo, I just look at your videos, and that really changes, like, your perspective on yourself, because at some point I go, like,
motivating.
what am I doing here? You know, I'm making haha videos, like there's this weird thing that gets into your mind all the time, and then you see someone who says like you've made a difference, even if you don't believe in yourself. If someone has that, like you've been affecting someone in a positive way, you need to at least honor that relationship that you've created with them. So once in a while I do check, but it gets weird. It gets weird. For every one of those, there's 1,000 weird pictures. Let's just say.
Interesting. Can you remember your first, I wouldn't say social media post that went viral? What was the first biggie?
Oh, first one that went viral was actually the timelines didn't match up. I went to Egypt for work a long time ago, and I went to the Museum of Natural the old History Museum of Egypt before they moved all the stuff to the new one, and they had like honestly a lot was missing. So they had just one case of like slippers.
Can we guess where it was?
It was in Egypt. So there was all these like slippers, and like I just made a joke of basically like how Egyptian mazars, they will hit you from beginning time. Like 3,000 years ago, is this one hitting you same. So I made that video, and like a year and a half had passed. The video got like no views.
Yeah.
Like when I say no views, I mean literally like 1,000, 2,000 views. And then a year and a half later, somehow it just blew up and it hit like 1 million. And at the time, 1 million was like, it's still 1 million.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
still
ridiculous. And then I had a video that really like skyrocketed the account. I had a company event, and there was like a team of HR, like they were all sitting next to each other. And I just told my friend like, hey, like record me. I'm just gonna make up something. And I was like, why are you depressed? She's like, because I'm sad. And I'm like, then I say something about like what's the opposite of depression? Happiness. Okay, spell happiness. She goes, H-A. I'm like, stop there. Say that again. She goes, H-A. I'm like, now say it many times. She goes, ha, 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 ha. And she starts laughing. And everyone starts laughing. And I'm like, follow me for more doctor tips. I was Iranian for some reason. So that I made up on the spot. And then that really like blew up the page. And then it was just kind of there like 2 more videos. And then it kind of sustained like a decent amount. Yeah.
Better than decent, let's say.
So, first time you got your heart broken.
Oh, too many times. Actually, I broke my own heart. When I found that Salma Hayek was married, I was like, why, God? I think first time I actually got my heart broken, I think I was in 9th grade, and I had this huge crush on this girl, and I waited all year to tell her. And at her farewell party, she was like moving back to Sweden. And I told her, like, I was like, hey, I like you. I know nothing can happen. Like, she was like, I was like really fat. I had like a mohawk. I was like, I can't get a girl like that. So I told her, and she's like, oh, I wish you told me, we could have like dated. And I was like, oh my God. And then she left the country. And I didn't see her for like 8 years after. And we're good friends now. Like but it's really funny. Like I waited the entire year to tell her, and I told her at like literally her farewell party. And then that was the first moment I realized like you have to ask for what you want in life.
Yeah.
I learned the lesson, didn't do anything about it.
I was gonna be like,
Never
did that
wait.
inspire you to
Literally
change?
didn't date again, like until like I went to uni. So
I feel like
Yeah,
if we've
never
put
wait.
you on the spot with our heartbreak stories, maybe we should share one as well. But I can't. Like,
I'm not gonna share one.
I feel like women heartbreak stories are always worse than guys. So
I'm not sharing
I
mine.
understand if you don't want to share.
well, I think
I
I'm just.
completely-
I don't think I've got like a specific, but it would be like, you know, when you're really young and you always have these crushes, but you just never do anything about it, and then nothing ever happens. So like 3 years later, you still have a crush on someone and nothing's happened. How sad.
I'm sad, yeah.
Well, I think that's less sad than telling someone you like them, and then they're like, we could have dated, but now I'm out, you know?
You've got a life lesson from that.
Yeah,
yeah.
like never wait.
Yeah.
Never
yeah.
wait. While you're here,
Yes.
we can't let you leave
Without.
without some impression.
I figured.
So, guys, if you want the best, most accurate, relatable impressions in Dubai, check out My Parents Are Divorced. But we're actually going to do some right here on the show. We're actually going to put you completely on the spot.
Fantastic.
We'll name some scenarios, some types of people, and then you just go.
Is one of them a call center?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I'll start the first one. Okay, Lebanese guy at the beach club.
Oh my God. Okay, what's the scenario? Just Hake bro is just chilling.
Trying to pick up a girl.
Oh, okay,
Like,
okay. Wait, it makes more sense in Arabic. I'm gonna say it in English so you can understand. Your father is a thief. Bayik harami. He stole the stars and put them in your eyes. No?
Didn't work.
Okay. It's your fault. You know how many women want me? I feel like that's the first thing.
That's
you think.
how you know how many women want me. That's so accurate, by the way.
It's like you try to hit on them. It's like the father, you know, he put the star, and you're like, ew, and he's like, you know how many women want me, and I came here, and you're wasting my. You know who I am?
You know what?
Who are you?
And his dad is like so basic.
And then he's like, I don't know. I haven't found myself yet.
oh my gosh, takes me back. An Egyptian dad who doesn't like what his daughter's wearing.
Okay, who's my daughter? Or am I just? Is this is my daughter?
This camera.
Your daughter.
Does anyone have glasses? No. It's
Oh,
fine,
no.
It's fine. Let's pretend like. إيه ده. You want to go out like that? Or you know how many people outside? You know what? You know what I saw on the news today? What happened? Exactly. Cover your ankles.
Not the ankles.
Your left toe is showing.
We have pages on Lovin Cairo and Lovin Beirut. We'll have to post these videos.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last one.
Hopefully you can get it right.
Okay.
The Lovin Dubai hosts.
The Lovin Dubai hosts.
Who have just reported on an incident, but they've realized it's inaccurate.
Okay. Am I?
And the show has just ended.
Okay.
And they've realized that their breaking news story is inaccurate.
Okay. Am I doing a specific accent or just like the monologue of what I think it sounds like?
Monologue of what you think it sounds like.
Okay. Right, thank you so much for tuning in to Lovin Dubai. Absolutely loving, heartbreaking stories, loving stories, and a horrible crash on Sheikh Zayed Road. No crash on Sheikh Al Khail. No, it's in Saudi. Oman. No crash has been reported today, but we do have heartbreak. Okay, we're just finding out they died. Right. Thank you guys. See you next week in Lovin Dubai.
Oh no, that was too perfect.
Oh, that was too good.
People are gonna love you for that.
Thanks.
And I'll just cry in my sleep. That was Shawn Chidiac, My Parents Are Divorced. The show is sold out, but I'm sure you can catch him on his profiles
Yes.
and other
And
places.
if interested in my merch, if I
Oh,
can
show us the
quick
merch.
shameless plug. Assalamu alaikum, you want this cash card? Anyway.
Let's just do a quick rundown.
Oh
of the
yes,
merch.
yes. So I don't know what you can see. Oh,
Yeah,
so
we
that's
can
my
see it.
faces, and I have the joke. I'm trying to look huge, and I have the joke of like, "Assalamu alaikum, you want what you want tea, coffee, madam?" And then they ask cash card. You know, it's never cash or card. It's cash card. So, and then I put a logo, but then I was gonna get sued, so we just changed it. And MPAD means my parents are divorced.
Why were you
Yes.
going to get to? Is that a banking logo?
Yeah.
It was.
It's giving banking.
Yes, yes, that was the idea. But yes, thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure to be back.
It was really nice having you on.
Thank you, guys.
It was great having you back, watching the journey. Best of luck in the show.
Thank you so much.
And more to come. Thank you, Masa.
Thank you, Casey.
And that brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show. We're back with you tomorrow morning, I think. Yes, it's Friday, same time, same place. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.